Alright guys, Elias Pettersson has been announced as the first star of the week in the whole NHL. In the past 4 games, Pettersson had 3 goals, 6 assists for 9 points, and PD now has 20 points in his first 14 games, which also puts him 6th in the NHL in terms of scoring. So definitely a really great start for Pettersson, and honestly, PD has definitely been kind of slowly heating up, kind of under the radar, because he kind of had a slower start, and now he's just been putting up really consistent multi-point games, and it's paying off. And one thing I've really noticed about Pettersson's game this year, or I mean even last year, versus some other superstars that gets around the league, is that Pettersson is about quality over quantity. It may have to do with the fact that Pettersson has just amazing hockey IQ, but Pettersson is the type of player who waits for high percentage plays rather than forcing shots. So sometimes us fans we're like, shoot the puck, but you know what? We can't really be upset with his production. It's been fantastic. And he's been off to a really good start. So in terms of actual production this season, what do you guys think? I think a realistic prediction for Pettersson is around 30 goals, 50 assists for around 80-85 points. What do you guys think? Can Pettersson go to that point per game player this year? Let me know what you guys think down below. And also, speaking on the topic of Elias Pettersson, we do have some type of really early contract update. It has been reported by Rick Dhaliwal, and I really respect Rick Dhaliwal's reporting. He does a fantastic job. He's a really great inside source. And he reported that agents have said that the Pettersson deal outside of his entry-level contract will be in the minimum around the range of 9 to 11 million. Whatever that really means, I'm not really too sure. Again, I respect Rick Dhaliwal. Maybe it's the fact that agents know that Pettersson's going to be making bank because of what he brings to the Vancouver Canucks, I guess. So I guess we'll see. But it definitely does bring an interesting discussion. Number one, I really hope for the Canucks' sake we don't need to deal with any drama and Pettersson gets signed next summer before his 3rd year of his entry-level contract. And number 2, will the Canucks be able to afford paying a superstar $10+ million for the long term? We have only just started the 2nd season into Elias Pettersson's entry-level deal, and with Pettersson's hot start, he is now over point per game in his whole NHL career with 86 points in 85 games. And for a quick reference, the only Canuck in franchise history that has averaged more than a point per game his whole entire career was Pavel Bure. So, I mean, if Elias Pettersson can be that guy in Canucks franchise history, that's some amazing stuff. Even the Sedins took so long to develop into the superstars, whereas Pettersson, he's that guy right off the bat. And so, you know what? He's going to get paid that big dollar contract for the long term. I mean, it is no brainer that Pettersson makes top dollar, but when you compare other contracts being signed, like I guess Austin Matthews at $11.6 million, Mitch Marner at $10.9 million, Mikko Rantanen at $9.25 million, it is fair to say that Elias Pettersson is definitely comparable to these guys. So the Canucks, they're definitely going to be into it, and they're definitely going to be paying out the butt to keep Elias Pettersson long term. Not that Elias Pettersson has any type of, I guess, attitude issues. Elias Pettersson is the type of guy who is, he's definitely willing to take that fair contract to keep the success of the team. And in terms of the Canucks cap situation, I mean, we talked about previously before, I'm not too worried whatsoever. If Jim Benning performs some decent cap management, asset management, we shouldn't have any issues here. And again, another interesting proposition is, do we try to get rid of Louis Eriksson at the next expansion draft? By that time, Eriksson will have 2 years left on a $6 million per year deal. And you know what? It might be worth it. It might be worth bundling some picks, maybe, I don't know, some prospect or even some players to try to get rid of the Louis Eriksson contract. I think it'll be worth it, but let me know what you guys think down below. And it was also reported that Brock Besser's camp plans on taking more of a team-friendly, or I guess just a fair deal for the long term on his next contract, which makes me happy as a Canucks fan because, you know what, I saw a lot of people being like, Besser after this contract, he's just going to go back to Minnesota. He doesn't want to stay in Vancouver for the long term, but I just don't agree with that whatsoever. And it has been reported that Besser, he wants to stay here long term. He wants to win. All in all, though, what are your expectations for Pettersson? I can tell he's a winner. He wants to win at the NHL level. And the Canucks have such a great group of young, hungry superstars who they don't seem to be too worried about the financial side, but rather they want to win. They want to win in the NHL at the NHL level. And with that being said, they're not too afraid to, not take that max dollar amount versus some other players that we've seen. in the RFA section or just in the NHL in general. Oh, and I guess to add to this video is that it was reported by the Vancouver Canucks that Quinn Hughes was not participating in today's morning practice. Now, that is definitely a bit concerning. You know, we were kind of under the belief that this whole injury wasn't a big deal. Hopefully it's not a big deal. The kind of scary part is it was reported to be a right knee bruise, and that kind of makes me think of potential ACL issues, but hopefully not. It was such a weird play. Hopefully Quinn Hughes is just trying to get an extra day of rest. This is going to be a big game against St. Louis, and I really hope he's in our lineup. The power play just does not look as great without Quinn Hughes in that number 1 spot. Alex Edler's back, and the whole dynamic is just kind of thrown off. So hopefully Quinn Hughes is just taking an extra day of rest. Hopefully he gets a good practice in tomorrow, and he's back in the lineup versus St. Louis. I'll provide you guys any updates if I hear of it. But anyways, guys, just a quick update. Pettersson is the first star of the week. All is looking very well. Big game against St. Louis tomorrow. Can't wait for it. This is going to be a big, proven game for Vancouver. A lot of people are tending to say, you know, Vancouver, they've been facing those easy teams. I mean, they did beat St. Louis already, but I guess we'll see, guys. This is going to be a huge game for Vancouver at home, too, at home. And also, I am going to be in Vancouver on November 10th to see the New Jersey Devils versus Canucks game. I am so excited. I'm going to buy my first, I guess, a new jersey, the new Canucks jersey, while I'm at Rogers Place. Very excited, guys. So I guess one question for you guys: should I make some type of video while I'm in Vancouver? I currently live in Alberta, and I actually haven't been back to Vancouver in about 7 years. So I'm from Vancouver. I was born in Vancouver, and it's been a while. So I'm very excited to be back there. Maybe I see some of you guys at the game, perhaps. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys later.